English exam, final evaluation, preliminary examination test. Student Jimy Arvey Delgado, code 10859024229. Tutor Jairo Gutiérrez Piñeres, grau 55101921. Bachelor's degree in English as foreign language. Universidad Nacional Abierta a Distancia, August 2017. Preliminary examination test purpose. The purpose is improving the English in the students, and the expectative are: A. Understand the main points of the straightforward instruction or public advisement. B. Deal with most of the situations you might meet when traveling as tourist in an English-speaking country. C. Ask simple questions and take part in factual conversation in a work environment. D. Write letters or make notes on family matters. Kind of people can present this exam. Test is designed for intermediate students, usually the students who are studying at university, employers, or secretaries, to develop your ability to communicate in English for practical tasks and situations, or improve your work, study, and traveling prospects. The most significant characteristics of the exam. PET, preliminary examination test, use real-life situation, and is the most significant characteristic of the exam is that it is designed to help to communicate more effectively and the four abilities in speaking, writing, reading, and listening in the area of academic and professional. Skills. Skill and description. Reading and writing shows you can read and understand the main points from science, newspaper, and magazine, and can use vocabulary and structure correctly. Listening. You have to be able to follow, understand a range of spoken materials, including announcement, advisement, and discussion about everyday life. Speaking. Show how good your spoken English is as you take part in conversation, be asking or answering questions and talking, for example, about your likes and dislikes. Your speaking test will be conducted face to face with one or two other candidates and two examiners. This makes your test more realistic and more reliable. Explanation about the question part 1 reading. Good. The exam is divided in three parts. The part 1 writing and reading, and part 2 listening, and part 3 speaking. And in this slide we can see detail of the time and numbers of parts, number of questions and the percent, and a description about the themes or topics. For example, in part 1 we have 5 very short texts. They may be signs and messenger, postcards, notes, emails, labels, etc. You have to read them and choose which the 3 sentences, if B or C, 3 leaders, and the best description of the text. What themes you can to practice. Reading, notice, and other short text understand the main message. In this case, the number of questions, 5 questions, number of mark, 1 mark for each correct answer. Now we can see the slide about the part 2, about the reading. In this case, part 2, the topic 5 short description of people and 8 short text to read. You have to match each person to a text. Reading 8 short text, find specific information. Number question 5, number marks is 1 marks for each correct answer. And in the part 3, a long text of 10 sentences about the text. You have to read the text and say if each sentence is true or false. Is good options. And the time to practice, you can practice reading text quickly to find out information. And the number question, 10 questions, and the number of marks, 1 match for each correct answer. In this slide, we can see the part 4 about the reading. Topic of themes are long text of 5 questions. You have to read the text and choose the right answer, A, B, C, or D. 4 letters to answer this question, each of the 5 questions. Okay, time to you can practice reading to understand a detail of a text. Number question in this case 5, and number of marks 1 mark for each correct answer. In the part 5, close, multiple choice. Part 5, in description, a short text with 10 numbered space. Each space represents a missing word and you have to choose the right answer from are chosen for A, B, C, or D. Is a and the times to practice understand vocabulary and grammar. Example, grammar of tense, present, past, perfect tense. Number question 10, and number of marks, 1 mark for each correct answer. In this case, in this slide, you can see, and we can see the part about the writing part 1, 2, and 3. Example in part 1, the topic 5 questions which are about the same thing. For each question there is a one complete sentence and second tense which has missing word or words. You have to complete the second sentence, say the meanings and the same the first sentence. You can practice how say the same things in different ways in English. For example, synonymous, no one, no, we means the same to coins. Numbers of question 5, and number of marks and mark for each correct answer. In the part do of writing, short communicative message. For example, the instruction tell you who the right to unwrite, the should write, and postcard note, emails, etc. Then to practice writing short message. Numbers question 1, number words. You can write 25 or 45 words. Number marks, this question has a total of 5 marks. And the part 3, continuous writing, you have a choice of do question and informal letter or story, writing letters and stories. Number of question 1, number words about 100 words in this case is the most short. Now you can see in this slide the explanation about the question listening. In this case, sample time allowed in 26 minutes, and number parts of 4 parts, and number question 25, and the percent is 25%. In part 1, 7 short recordings. For each recording there is question and 3 pictures. As you see, you have to listen the recordings and choose the right answer. Then to practice listening to find key information. Number question 7, number of marks, one mark of each answer. Part 2, multiple choice. Part 2, the topic of page, a long recording, one person speaking or an interview, and 6 questions you have to listen recording and choose the right answer. A, B to C, 3 leaders. For each questions, in time to practice, you can practice listening to find specific information and detailed meaning. Number of question 6, number of marks, 1 marks for each correct answer. Next part about listening in 3 parts. The topic a long monologue, one person speaking, and in page of notes which summarize the text. 6 pages of information are missing from the notes. You have to listen to recording and fill in the missing information. You can practice listening for information. Number question 6, number of marks, 1 marks for each correct answer. And the next part, 4 part, the topic a long information conversation and 6 sentences. You have to listen to the conversation and decide of each sentence is true or false. You can practice listening, detailed meaning, attitude of opinion. Number question 6, number of marks, 1 mark for each correct answer. And finally, we can see the last slide. In this case, speaking about time lowered 10 to 12 minutes in a per candidates. A number of parts 4, topic to tally with the examiner, with the other candidate, and your own. Marks 25%. Part 1 is an interview, a conversation, and the examiner asks question, and you give information about yourself, tell about your experience, present jobs, studies, where you live, etc. And future plans too. Then to practice, you can practice the information about yourself. Time to speak 3 minutes. In this next part, discussion part one, the examiner gives you some picture and describe situation. You have to tell to other candidate and decide what would be best the situation. You can practice in making and responding to suggestions, discussion and alternatives, making and recommendations and negotiations and agreements. The time to speak do for 3 minutes. Finally, an explanation about the question speaking, in this case part 3 part, intended term, the examiner gives you a color photograph and you have to tell about it. That means to practice describe photographs. For example, you should know about the photos and the adjectives, comparatives and superlatives. Time to speak 3 minutes in total and 1 minute to tell about the photograph. And finally, the part 4, general conversation. In this part, further discussion with the other candidate about the same topic as tasking in part 3. Then to practice talking about your opinions, likes, dislikes, experience, habits, etc. Time to speak 3 minutes. Mm, Explanation about the results. The student receives a separate score for each of the 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and use of English giving you a clear understand of his performance. These 5 scores are averaged to give you an overall result for the exam. The student will also be given a grade and Common European Framework of Reference of Language (CEFR) level. And Cambridge English Scale is range of scores used to report the results for Cambridge English exam. The score replaces the candidate profile and standardized scores, grades, and Common European Frameworks of Reference for Language (CEFR) levels are retained. The scaled score may clean an alignment for our exam with each other and with CEFR. The score on the Cambridge English Scale for each of the 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and using English were set. For example, here we have the scale: Common European Framework Reference, Cambridge English Scale, Cambridge English Preliminary. Preliminary about 115 points. The student passed about over 160 merit, and over 170 the student have a distinction.